Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the Season 4 premiere of Z Nation on Syfy, which was called Warren's Dream. And I just want to express my excitement that Z Nation is back on right now. I didn't realize how much I missed it, but I really, really did. Um, I like to bring this up once in a while, but back in October 2016, went to a convention, had the really awesome experience of meeting Russell Hodgkinson, who plays Doc in Z Nation. Um, it was still really, really cool. I would love to have the chance to meet the rest of the cast at some point, but Russell Hodgkinson is really, really an awesome guy. Really down to earth, really mellow, really fun to listen to. Um, so because of that experience, I have, and hearing like some of his behind the scenes stories and just more details about how it is with filming and everything like that. It just has given me like a deeper appreciation for the show, I think. Um, and I did really enjoy season 3, especially those Addy centric episodes, especially the episode Duel, which was almost completely about Addy chasing after the man who had Lucy. I just thought that was a really awesome episode. It had a great, couple of fight scenes between Addy and the man that actually felt more real than you'd expect it to on a show like this. But, really felt raw and, like, hard-hitting and stuff like that. I just really loved how they did that. I don't know if they'll be able to top that episode this season. But I gotta say, it's off to a really, really strong start. I've seen one article say it feels like a brand new show. And it kind of does, you don't really want to say a reboot, it's not a reboot, but it just feels like they've really taken a new and exciting direction for this season. In a way, it almost feels like weirdly endgame-ish, maybe, which I'm mixed about. But I could see the show either ending this season or maybe one more season, season 5 after this. But either way, the season feels really, really unique. It has a really nice energy about it. Z Nation always does, but I just really have a good feeling about this season. Um, I'm not really sure where it's going. It feels really unpredictable right now. Um, it doesn't really feel like there's any formula in place or anything, so that's really good. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed the premiere. It's been 2 years, apparently. They did a little time skip there. Warren wakes up from a coma, apparently. She now has like this blonde, slightly like whitish hair. And it is due to what fans had sort of speculated on with the bullet going through both Murphy and then into her. Some of Murphy's blood was mixed into her, causing her to be able to survive and maybe take on some of his traits. I don't know if it's going to grant her any powers or anything, but knowing Z Nation, it very well could. So it's a different experience for Warren. I did really like Warren and Murphy's time spent at Zona. We see Murphy, he's all cleaned up for a change, Keith Allen. And by the way, watch interviews and like panel videos with any of the cast members. They're just really, really awesome people. Keith Allen, especially in this case, he's just a really awesome guy to listen to as well. Even though I've never met him yet, but even just watching the videos, you can tell the cast is really awesome to work together with and stuff like that. It's funny to see Murphy all cleaned up though. But it was nice, and him and Warren, they have a really, really complex relationship. But I've always just appreciated how it seems like throughout the whole series, despite all of Murphy's really stupid and asshole moves over the seasons, that they still have like this weird kind of mutual respect for each other, and I've always, like I said, I've always appreciated that. And it kind of showed in this when they were riding in the car, the limousine, whatever it was. I like their exchanges together. It seems like they still kind of care about each other to a certain extent, so I like that. Do I think Warren and Murphy are going to hook up? It'd be a little weird. But, I wouldn't like, throw it off or anything, so. But even just as, like, friends and, like, weirdly still, like, allies in a way, I think it's fine where it is. We also meet the head of Zona. I forget his name right now, but they call him the founder. he appears to be a decent person, but some of the people working with him at his table, especially the one we see kind of concentrate on at the end, he seems kind of very creepy and like he has an extra agenda here, which of course, so we knew it wasn't going to be all paradise, throughout the whole season. But I nonetheless do still like the setup. Warren, meanwhile, seems like she's dealing with some PTSD stuff, just having to survive out there, for so long. So I sort of like that realistic idea of it there. But she's also having these visions, which we've been seeing a lot in the promos. You're not really sure what to make of that yet, but it likely has something to do with what one of the Founders' men was doing at the end with seeing that zombie hand, disintegrate like that and just like meld into like molten, whatever. So I don't know if this guy's like planning to eradicate and really start over for like a Zona for the whole world or something. I don't know. But either way, it sounds like, again, pretty big scale, pretty, again, almost endgame-ish. Again, I don't know. Meanwhile, characters like Doc and Addy and 10K as well as Red, they're having a completely different experience. While they've been in Zona for 2 years, they've been still surviving out there. And it's gotten even worse. There's more zombies, they're more aggressive. Less and less people, with very few people that are left, of course, very dangerous. But it is mostly Z's now. I do like Addy's new look, with her hair is kind of black now. We find out about 5K's sacrifice, actually, from the end of season 3. That finale is fucking crazy, by the way. Everybody dies in the end. But when he leaped off to save Addy as well as, Lucy, he apparently sacrificed himself for the Ravens. He allowed the Ravens to save Addy and Lucy, but he allowed himself to be crushed from falling from that height, which is sad to see. At first I thought he was gonna have like 5K be a mystery for a while again, then have him show up once more to help him later in the season. But no, it turns out he let himself hit the ground and just to save them, and it was kind of what was it like. Just uncomfortable to see him, his body there, they did show it for a couple seconds. But nonetheless, you gotta respect that. Maybe Addy took in some of his, like, Raven power, I don't know. With her black hair and such, I'm not sure. The man is probably dead, I kind of figured he would be, but, he and Lucy did end up having a weirdly interesting dynamic, but, I didn't see Joseph Gatt's name pop up, so it is what it is. But I nonetheless still like the fact that Addy and Lucy have spent all this time together. They seem like sisters now. Lucy's, maybe around my age or so, maybe a little bit younger still. I don't know. I'm 21. But I do like Addy's look, with the eye patch. We see her have it up one time. It's kind of, governor style. I like that. It's not my favorite look for her. I do like the eye patch, but I sort of like her, like, red hair, maybe her dreads or something, or even her shorter red hair that she had. I don't know. But, I like her, jacket, her makeshift jackets and everything, and, the eye patch again, I think it looks pretty cool on her. Z-Whacker, still clicking. I also like Doc's opening scene, too, when you first see him. He has this really long beard. Russell Hodgkinson is wearing really long hair. I wish he would have had that for more of the season. That was kind of a cool look for him. But he has a really kind of badass fight scene with quite a few zombies. He's dual wielding hammers, and he takes down quite a few of them, which I thought was awesome. We also have Henry Rollins in this episode, who I know is a favorite to play Negan on The Walking Dead for quite a while. As far as I know, he's who actually the artist of The Walking Dead actually based the look of Negan in the comics off of. But he's a part of this smaller soldier group and everything like that, so maybe he'll be sort of a smaller antagonist for the season, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sure there's more about the episode, but, I'd love to talk about more, so feel free to comment below and we can go back and forth a little. But I did really enjoy this premiere episode of Z Nation. It has me really excited for season 4. It's off to, like a really fresh, feeling start. Really strong start in my opinion. If I had to rate it, maybe I shouldn't, aim too high just because I kind of got to let it settle in a little bit more. Apologize for the lateness of this review, by the way. I had to catch the first replay when I got home from work, so it is a little bit late, but nonetheless still enjoyed it, and I'm rating it, I don't know, somewhere between like a really strong 8.9 and a 9.2. I did like it that much. I thought it was a really, really nice kickoff. But yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.